isolation is a heavy coat, but I swallow the razor stuck in my throat. No one to guide me, no one to care, just the cold wind blowing through the air. I clench my fists until my knuckles bleed. This hunger inside me is all that I need. No silver platters, no golden crowns, just the dirty streets of these forgotten towns. Every rejection, every closed door pushes me harder than ever before. I'm grinding my teeth, I'm finding my pace. I'll wipe that privilege right off your face. I'm running on anger, I'm running on spite. I'll train in the dark to conquer the light. Can you hear the static? Can you hear the sound? The underground rising, shaking the ground. Again and again I push through the pain. Again and again I walk in the rain. Static noise in my head, I'm burning the dread. I run through the shadows where angels would tread. You thought I was broken, you thought I was done, but this is the moment the riot begun. I am the silence before the storm. I am the fire, raw and warm. Watch me rise from the ash and the dust. I'll shatter the iron, I'll shatter the rust. I'm still here, I'm still here, screaming out loud, erasing the fear. They said I'm a joke, they said I'm a ghost, but I'll be the nightmare that haunts them the most. Again, again I hit the wall. Again, again I stand tall. I won't stop breathing, I won't stop trying. I'll leave behind all the weeping and crying. The talent you have is a borrowed disguise. My power is built on the truth of your lies. Static noise in my head, I'm burning the dread. I run through the shadows where angels would tread. You thought I was broken, you thought I was done, but this is the moment the riot begun. I am the silence before the storm. I am the fire, raw and warm. Watch me rise from the ash and the dust. I'll shatter the iron, I'll shatter the rust. I'm still here, I'm still here, running through the static. Again and again, again and again. Don't stop the beat, don't stop the drive. I am the only one keeping this alive.
The air is freezing, it cuts my lungs. I taste the copper right on my tongue. First step forward into the void, leaving behind what they destroyed. No turning back, the bridge is burned. The pages of the book are finally turned. My legs are heavy, my vision blurs, but I push through the cold and the endless slurs. They have the talent, they have the grace, but they don't have the scars that I embrace. I breathe in the frost, I breathe in the night. I'm trading my comfort for the will to fight. This is my first breath out in the cold, breaking the mold of the stories they told. I run on the ice, I slip but I stand. I'm carving my name in this desolate land. No natural gifts, no easy way out, just drowning the echoes of failure and doubt. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here, breathing the winter, erasing the fear. Mama's screaming, demanding a rest, but I'm locking the weakness inside of my chest. I look at the sky, the stars are so far. I'll climb up the mountain, I'll reach for a star. The sweat on my forehead turns into ice. I'm paying the toll, I'm paying the price while they are sleeping in comfortable beds. I'm fighting the demons inside of my head. I'm taking the gravel, the dirt, and the stone. I'm building an empire completely alone. Every footstep echoes in the dark, leaving a permanent burning mark. Breathe in, breathe out, swallow the pain, swallow the doubt. Again and again I challenge the freezing. Again and again I stop the bleeding. This is my first breath out in the cold, breaking the mold of the stories they told. I run on the ice, I slip but I stand. I'm carving my name in this desolate land. No natural gifts, no easy way out, just drowning the echoes of failure and doubt. I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here, breathing the winter, erasing the fear.
Watching from the sidelines, biting my lip, feeling the chances begin to slip. The numbers on my back, they mean nothing at all. I'm waiting and waiting, but they never call. The coach looks right through me, the crowd doesn't see the raging inferno that's burning in me. I sit on this wood, it feels like a grave, but I refuse to become just another slave to the hierarchy built on the golden child. My blood is boiling, my thoughts are running wild. They play on the field while I sit and ride, but they don't know the master plan that I've got. I'm glued to the bench, but my mind is at war. I'm taking the notes, I'm keeping the score. You overlook me, you cast me aside, but you're just fueling my dangerous pride. I see every weakness, I see every flaw. I'm studying the game with a ravenous jaw. I'm still here, waiting to strike when the moment is near. The sweat of the stars is glorified gold, while my endless effort is left out in the cold. They cheer for the talent, they cheer for the name, but I am the phantom that's hunting this game. I clench my fist till my fingernails bite, deep in my palms in the middle of the night. When the stadium's empty and everyone's gone, I'm out on the turf, I am pushing till dawn. I don't need a jersey, I don't need the cheers. I'm building my strength on the foundation of tears. You think I am harmless, you think I am weak, but I am the vengeance that you didn't seek. Sit down, shut up, that's what they say, but I'm getting ready to blow them away again and again. I swallow the pride again and again. I'm biding my time inside. I'm glued to the bench, but my mind is at war. I'm taking the notes, I'm keeping the score. You overlook me, you cast me aside, but you're just fueling my dangerous pride. I see every weakness, I see every flaw. I'm studying the game with a ravenous jaw. I'm still here, waiting to strike when the moment is near. Splinters of wood, they dig in my skin, reminding me exactly the state that I'm in. But this is a classroom, this is a test. I'm watching the greats and I'll bury the rest again. I study the play again. I'm finding a way. This bench isn't a prison, it's a launching pad. I'm the worst nightmare that you ever had. I'm glued to the bench, but my mind is at war. I'm taking the notes, I'm keeping the score. You overlook me, you cast me aside, but you're just fueling my dangerous pride. I see every weakness, I see every flaw. I'm studying the game with a ravenous jaw. Still here, on the edge of the seat, still here. I will bring the defeat. Watch my eyes, watch my hands. I'll tear down your castles, I'll tear down your lands again and again. The bench is my throne, I'll take back the kingdom and make it my own. Not getting again. Not getting again.
Look at the gear that they throw away, polished and shiny, but they never stay. They get the new, they get the best, while I am picking through the rest and the rest. My shoes are torn, the leather is cracked, but I'm carrying the weight they never tracked. I hold the iron, brown with decay, but I'm forging a weapon to blow them away. The surface is rough, it tears at my skin, but this is the place where the legends begin. I don't need the silver, I don't need the gold, I just need a story that hasn't been told. Rusty nails and shattered glass, watch me build an empire while the seconds pass. I'm swinging the hammer, I'm striking the stone, I'm doing it all in the shadows alone. You flaunt your privilege, you flaunt your shiny gear, but the rust on my hands is the reason you'll fear. I'm still here, bleeding on the iron, making it clear. The grip is slipping, the metal is cold. It tells the story of the brave and the bold. They laugh at the junk that I hold in my hand, but they will never, ever understand that the tool doesn't matter. It's the fire inside, it's the burning ambition I no longer hide. I swing it harder, I push through the ache, I'm testing the limit
The streetlights flicker, the city is dead, but the engines are roaring inside of my head. It's 2 in the morning, the park is so still. I'm pushing my body right up the hill. No audience cheering, no cameras around, just my heavy breathing and boots on the ground. They're sleeping in comfort, dreaming of fame, while I am out here igniting the flame. The swings are empty, the shadows are long, but this is the place where I truly belong. I'm talking to ghosts, I'm fighting the air, I'm screaming my lungs out, but nobody's there. No one watches, no one sees the dirt on my hands and the blood on my knees. I'm running in circles beneath the pale moon. I'm playing a silent and desperate tune. You shine in the daylight, you bask in the sun, but the war in the darkness has only begun. I'm still here, screaming at the sky, erasing the fear. My shadow is longer than any applause. I'm fighting a battle without any pause. I stumble on concrete, I scrape up my side, but there is nowhere for my spirit to hide. The gravel is crunching beneath my torn shoes. I have absolutely nothing left to lose. I picture their faces, the mock and the smiles, and I run for another 10,000 miles. The silence is deafening, it's piercing my ears, but it is the music that conquers my fears. No glory, no medals, no pats on the back, just the relentless rhythm of the track. In the dark, out of sight, I am becoming a creature of night. Again and again, I run through the cold. Again and again, I break out of the mold. No one watches, no one sees the dirt on my hands and the blood on my knees. I'm running in circles beneath the pale moon. I'm playing a silent and desperate tune. You shine in the daylight, you bask in the sun, but the war in the darkness has only begun. I'm still here, screaming at the sky, erasing the fear. Shadow is mine, again, I'm crossing the line. Let them sleep soundly, let them rest well. I am constructing my own kind of hell. No one watches, no one sees the dirt on my hands and the blood on my knees. I'm running in circles beneath the pale moon. I'm playing a silent and desperate tune. Still here in the dead of the night. Nobody knows, again and again, the energy grows. Again and again. Hey!
I duck under nothing, I swing at the air. I'm fighting a phantom that isn't quite there. I picture the champion, I picture the king, I picture the elite standing right in the ring. My knuckles are cutting right through the cold breeze. I'm dropping my enemies down to their knees. There's nobody in front of me, just empty space, but I see the arrogance drawn on their face. I weave in a bob, I slip and I slide. I'm killing the monster of privilege and pride. Every jab is a memory, every hook is a scar. I am launching my fury like a shooting star. Shadow boxing in the dead of the night. Imagining you in the crosshairs of sight. I'm throwing the punches, I'm dodging the blow. I'm ready to tear down the whole bloody show. You don't even know that I'm hunting your crown, but I'm practicing perfectly, taking you down. Oh, I'm still here, striking the phantom, making it clear. My muscles are twitching, my reflexes snap. I'm leading your ghost right into the trap. I study your footage, I know how you move. I have got absolutely everything to prove. I slip to the left, I counter the right. I'm staying awake for the rest of the night. You think you're untouchable, safe on your throne, but I am the predator walking alone. The mirror is foggy, but I see my own eyes. I see the wild hunger that never dies. I'm beating the air till my shoulders are numb. I am the savage that you run from. Hit the air, hit the ghost. I'm destroying the ones who are boasting the most. Again and again, I throw out the fist. Again and again, I strike through the mist. Shadow boxing in the dead of the night. Imagining you in the crosshairs of sight. I'm throwing the punches, I'm dodging the blow. I'm ready to tear down the whole bloody show. You don't shadow is going to be real. One day you'll know exactly how I feel. Again, again, I aim for the head. Again, again, until you are dead. I'm sharpening the blade, I'm loading the gun. I won't ever stop until I have one. Shadow boxing in the dead of the night, imagining you in the crosshairs aside. I'm throwing the punches, I'm dodging the blow. I'm ready to tear down the whole bloody show. Still here, swinging away, still here, preparing for the day. Again and again, I strike at the air. Again and again, you better beware. Watch your back, I'm closing the
A sharp intake of breath shifts immediately into a blasting 9998. Every breath is a razor slicing through my chest, but there is no surrender, there is no time to rest. The oxygen is leaving, my vision turning red. I'm running on the highway of the things they never said. They breathe so easy, they float upon the breeze, while I am choking on the dust and falling to my knees. But pain is just a signal, a weakness leaving bone. I'm burning up the atmosphere, I'm doing it alone. My throat is like a desert, my chest is caving in, but this is exactly where the miracles begin. My lungs are on fire, but I'm feeding the flame. I'm burning away every trace of the shame. I swallow the ash and I breathe in the smoke. I'm breaking the chains and the sniffable yoke. You think I'm suffocated, gasping for the air, but I'm inhaling courage that you wouldn't dare. I'm still here, breathing the fire, erasing the fear. The ribcage is rattling, beating like a drum. I'm biting down the panic, my lips are going numb. I push past the limit, I break the fucking gauge. I'm turning my exhaustion into weaponized rage. They run in the daylight, they run when it is sweet, but I am inhaling the fire on the street. I'm spitting out the blood, I'm wiping off the dirt. I'm finding my salvation in the center of the herd. The airway is closing, but I refuse to die. I'll scream until the echo tears a hole into the sky. Breathe in the fire, breathe out the hate. I'm taking control of my ultimate fate. Again and again, I gasp for the breath. Again and again, I'm dancing with death. Ah. My lungs are on fire, but I'm feeding the flame. I'm burning away every trace of the shame. I swallow the ash and I breathe in the smoke. I'm breaking the chains and the miserable yoke. They will never know the heat inside this core. They will never know what I am fighting for. Again, again, the lungs will expand. Again, I take my stand. Still here, lungs on fire. Still shoelace won't ruin my stride. I'm running on anger, I'm running on pride. I trip and I bleed, but I get up and run. The war of attrition has only begun. You look for a reason to pack up and quit, but I take the garbage and make it a hit. I'm still here, tying the knot and erasing the fear. My sneakers are ruined, held together by the dirt, but I am ignoring the bleeding and the hurt. A broken little string won't keep me on the ground. I'm the most resilient fighter that is ever found. They buy a brand new pair the moment there's a scratch, but they don't have the spirit to even make a match. I double knot the broken ends, I wipe away the mud. I'm paying for my destiny in sweat and tears and blood. The pavement is uneven, the obstacles are real, but I am rolling over them with legs of hardened steel. Snap the lace, tie it tight, get right back into the fight. Again and again, I stumble and rise. Again and again, ignoring the lies. A broken shoelace won't ruin my stride. I'm running on anger, I'm running on pride. I trip and I bleed, but I get up and run. The war of attrition has only begun. You think a little trouble will put me in the grave, but I am the master and I am not the slave. Again, I pull the string. Again, watch what I bring. Still here, driven but running. Still here, relentless and cunning. Tie it up, push it through. I'm coming straight after you. Straight after you. A whisper in the darkness, it echoes in my brain. Are you really worth it? Are you going insane? You don't have the talent, you don't have the skill. You're never gonna conquer the top of the hill. The doubt is a poison, it's creeping in my veins. It's trying to bind me in invisible chains. I look in the mirror and question my own soul. Am I just a fool who is losing control? The ghosts of my failures are laughing in the room. They're trying to push me right into the tomb, but I grit my teeth and I shatter the glass. I won't let the moment of weakness ever pass. The echoes of doubt are loud in my head, but I'm resurrecting the dreams that were dead. They tell me to stop, they tell me to yield, but I am the weapon alone on the field. I'm fighting the demons that live in my mind. I'm leaving the panic and terror behind. I'm still here, screaming out loud, erasing the fear. The shadow is heavy, it whispers my name. It tells me I'll always be losing the game. It wears the faces of people who sneer, manifestation of everything I feared. Why do you push when you're destined to fall? You're nothing, you're nobody, nothing at all. I cover my ears, but the voice is inside. It's breaking the walls where my confidence hides. But wait, I remember the dirt and the rust. I remember I'm building this empire from dust. I roar like a lion, I banish the ghost. I'm killing the doubt that is hurting the most. Shut up the voice, silence the mind, leave the despair completely behind. Again and again, I find my own brain. Again and again, I break through the chain. The echoes of doubt are loud in my head, but I'm resurrecting the dreams that were dead. They tell me to stop, they tell me to yield, but I am the weapon alone on the field. I am my own worst enemy now, but I will defeat myself. I make the vow. Again, the doubt will die. Again, I aim for the sky. The sky.
I gather the laughter, I gather the hate. I packed it in boxes and sealed up my fate. Every rejection, every single sneer, I bottled it up for a whole fucking year. You looked down upon me, you spat on my name. You thought I would cower and hide in the shame, but you didn't know you were handing me fuel. You treated me like a disposable fool. Now look at the barrel, it's filled to the brim with all of the poison, so dark and so grim. I'm holding the match and I'm striking the head. I'm waking the monster you thought would be dead. I'm fueling the spite, I'm lighting the spark, I'm blowing a hole right out of the dark. The isolation is over, the ignition is now. I'm breaking the rules and I'm breaking the vow. You gave me the venom, I'm the gasoline. I'm turning myself to a haunted machine. I'm still here, I'm still here, burning the sky, raising the fear. The fire is roaring, it's blindingly bright. I'm stepping right out of the freezing cold night. The talent you boast is a house made of straw. I'm coming to break it with tooth and with claw. I needed the darkness to sharpen the blade. I needed the absolute mess that you made. My engine is screaming at 190 beats. I'm ready to conquer the bloodiest streets. No more just waiting, no more just pain. I'm bringing the thunder, I'm bringing the rain. The spark is ignited, the engine is raw. I'll show you a power that you never saw. Pour out the gas, strike up the match. I am the fire that you cannot catch. Again and again, the anger will burn. Again and again, it's finally my turn. Now I'm fueling the spite, I'm lighting the spark, I'm blowing a hole right out of the dark. The isolation is over, the ignition is now. I'm breaking the rules and I'm breaking that yard. I'm feeling the spell, I'm ready to go. I'm lighting the spell, I'm ready to go. I'm feeling it. The end of time. This is the end of the quiet decay. This is the dawn of the reckoning day. Again, again, the fire will grow. Again, again, I'm running the show. Watch me explode, watch me ignite. I am the sun in the middle of night. Still here, feeling the spite. Still here, ready to fight. Ignition, ignition. The fire is real. Prepare for the vengeance you're going to
It's 1 minute left till the alarm starts to scream, but I am already awake from the dream. The ceiling is heavy, the bedroom is freezing. My muscles are stiff and my airway is wheezing. The world is asleep in a blanket of black, but I'm putting the crushing dead weight on my back. I throw off the covers, my feet hit the floor. I'm walking straight out of the miserable door. No glory, no cameras, no cheering out loud. Just stepping alone in the invisible crowd. The enemy slumbers, the rest in the head, but I am out here raising up from the dead. 4:59, I am beating the sun. Before they awake, my battle's begun. The grind is a shadow that swallows the light. I'm pushing my body right out of the night. You sleep in your comfort, you dream of the crown, but I'm doing the work that will tear it all down. I'm still here, I'm still here, waking the dead, erasing the fear. The air is like needles, it cuts in my skin, but this is the place where the legends begin. I'm tying my shoes with my fingers so numb. I am the savage that you're running from. The sidewalk is empty, the city is still. I'm bending the atmosphere right to my will. Every morning I die, every morning I wake. I'm pushing the limit of what I can take. It's ugly, it's brutal, it's far from the grace, but I'm wiping the privilege right off your face. The clock hits 5, but I'm already gone. I'm hunting the stars just before it is dawn. Beat the alarm, step out the door. I'm marching straight into the invisible war. Again and again, I conquer the bed. Again and again, I wake up the dead. 4:59, I am beating the sun. Before they awake, my battle's begun. The grind is a shadow that swallows the light. I'm pushing my body right out of the night. Nobody watches, nobody knows. This is the soil where the agony grows. Again, again, the morning is mine. Again pitch black. Still here, there is no turning back. Wake up, the fire is lit. I am the one who refuses to quit. But this is the absolute ultimate trick. Left and the right, blocking the strike, riding the pain on the edge of the spike. No flesh and no style, just the sweat and the grind. I'm leaving the desperate weakness behind. 1,000 more reps till the muscle is torn. This is the way that the weapon is born. My vision is blurring, my focus is narrow. I'm turning my bone to the tip of an arrow. Repetition, the hammer and nail. I'm writing the words to the ultimate tale. 1,000 more times, 10,000 more times. My sanity crumbles, the logic is gone. I'm acting like nothing but a mechanical pawn. But deep in the wire, the magic is made. I'm sharpening up the invisible blade. They practice until they can get it just right. I'll practice until I can't fail in the night. Over and over and over again. I'm trading the comfort to master the pain. The blisters are breaking, the knuckles are raw. I'm violating every physical law. It's just the same movement, the same exact drill. But it is the foundation of the bloodiest kill. One more rep, do it once more. Sweat is raining right down to the floor. Again and again, I master the drill. Again and again, I conquer the hell. Repetition, the hammer and nail. I'm writing the words to the ultimate tale. 1,000 more times, 10,000 more times. I'm grinding the rhythm, I'm grinding the rhymes. It's breaking my mind, it's breaking my soul, but I am retaining the total control. Again, again, just one more set. Again, again, I pay off the debt. Still here, one more time. Still here, climbing the climb. Over and over and over. I am the wolf that is hunting the rover. The skin is tearing, the blisters burst. I'm satisfying this violent thirst. I grip the iron is cold. I'm doing exactly what I have been told. The palms of my hands are bleeding and red, but I'm locking the agony inside of my head. You have the soft hands of the privileged elite, but my hands are forged in the fire in the street. The flesh turns to leather, the leather to stone. I'm feeling the friction right down to the bone. Every callus is a story, a battle I fought, a lesson of suffering that cannot be bought. I look at my palms, they are ruined and scarred, but they are the reason I'm hitting so hard. Callous hands and a heart made of steel. I'm shutting out everything I used to feel. I grip and I pull, I tear and I bleed. This is the ultimate price
the dizziness inside of my head. The dead is collecting, the lungs are collapsing. My heart is exploding, the limits are snapping. I gasp for the air, but the air is too thin. I'm paying the toll for the state that I'm in. The elite are all resting, they're catching their breath, but I am out sprinting and dancing with death. The blood in my ears is a deafening roar. I fall to my knees, but I crawl on the floor. I'm starving the muscle, I'm choking the brain. I'm finding the absolute peak of the pain. Oxygen dead, I am drowning on lands. I'm drawing a line in the blood-covered sand. I breathe into nothing, I exhale the fire. I'm climbing the rungs of a burning hot wire. You panic and stop when you're gasping for air, but I am at home in the total despair. I'm still here, I'm still here, choking on nothing, erasing the fear. The shadows are twisting, the room starts to spin, but I am refusing to let the dark in. I borrow the breath from a future unknown. I'm taking the interest right out of my bone. The lactic acid is burning my veins, but I am ignoring the heaviest chains. To beat the unbeatables past the elite, you have to keep running on absolute dead feet. They calculate resting, they calculate pace, but I am just throwing the math in their face. I'm holding my breath till my face turns to blue. I'm doing the things that they never could do. I push past the blackout, I push past the fade. This is exactly how killers are made. Starve the lungs, starve the chest. I am completely ignoring the rest. Again and again, I borrow the breath. Again and again, defying the death. Oxygen dead, I am drowning on lands. I'm drawing a line in the blood-covered sands. I breathe into nothing, I exhale the fire. I'm climbing the rungs of a burning hot wire. You panic and stop when you're gasping for air, but I am at home in the total despair. I'm still here, I'm still here. There is no air left inside of this room, but I'm pushing out of this invisible tomb. Again, again, I gasp and I choke. Again, again, I am inhaling the smoke. Still here, deep in the dead. Still here, dripping with sweat. Breathe, breathe, keep the heart beating. I am the one who is never retreating. Never retreating, never retreating, never retreating, never retreating.
I hit the barrier solid and cold. The story of limits that everyone told is standing before me, invisible stone. And I am completely and utterly alone. There isn't a crowd here to carry me through. No coaches, no idols, no magical cue. It's just a dead silence that rings in my ear. The heaviest sound that a fighter can hear. You can't go no further, you reach the dead end. The silence is whispering, playing the friend. It tells me to quit, to just lay on the mat, to accept that I am an underbred rat. But I look at the wall with a bloodthirsty smile. I've been waiting for this for a hell of a while. The wall of silence, the ultimate test, separating the weak and the fake from the best. There's nobody cheering, there's nobody there, just me and the concrete and freezing cold air. You shatter the moment the cheering stops dead, but I am fueled by the silence instead. I'm still here, smashing the barrier, erasing the fear. They beg me to quit. The silence is deep like a bottomless pit. I throw my whole body right into the block. I'm shaking the ground with a physical shock. It bruises my shoulder, it rattles my teeth, but I know the glory is hiding beneath. They break through the tape with the world looking on, but my greatest victories happen at dawn. When nobody watches, when nobody cares, when the only thing left is the desperate prayers. I clench up my fists and I lower my head. I'm waking the monstrous anger instead. The silence is heavy, but I am the noise. I'm tearing apart all their elegant toys. Hit the wall, break the stone. I am destroying this barrier alone. Again and again, I charge at the gate again and again. I'm rewriting fate. The wall of silence, the ultimate test, separating the weak and the fake from the best. There's nobody cheering, there's nobody there, just me and the concrete and freezing cold air. You shatter the moment the cheering stops dead, but I am fueled by the silence instead. I'm still here, I'm still here, smashing the barrier, erasing the fear, erasing the fear. Quiet is deafening, breaking the mind, but I leave the need for approval behind. Again, again, I strike at the wall. Again, again, I won't ever fall. Still here, inside of the quiet. Still here, I am starting the riot. Break it down, break it apart. I am the noise from the beat of my heart. Still here, I'm still here, smashing the barrier, erasing the fear.
The burning stops, the freezing fades. I'm walking through the darkest shades. The nerves are shot, the signals die. I look at the blood, but I don't know why. There was a time when it hurt to move, when I had an ocean of pain to prove. But now the switch is finally flipped, the final thread of weakness snapped. The lactic acid is pulling deep, but my sensory receptors went to sleep. I strike the pet, I strike the bone. I have turned into a lifeless stone. You cry out loud when you twist it on, but I have evolved right past the horn. Welcome to the numbness, the ultimate shield. I am the machine walking on the field. I cannot feel the fire, I cannot feel the ice. I've already paid the impossible price. You count on my breaking, you count on my tears, but I have disconnected all of my fears. I'm still here, I'm still here, feeling absolutely nothing, making it clear. The bruises blossom like purple flowers, but I am running for hours and hours. A twisted ankle, a fractured wrist, they dissolve in the stoic invisible mist. The elite rely on their comfort and rest. They panic the moment they fail a test, but my dashboard lights are broken and blind. I've left the concept of limits behind. My body is screaming, but nobody hears, not even my own disconnected ears. I'm swinging wild and I'm pushing the bass with a blank and terrified look on my face. I'm dead to the agony, dead to the ache. I'm a weapon of war that you cannot break. Cut the wire, kill the nerve. I'm driving right off the impossible curve. Again and again I bury the pain. Again and again I sever the chain. Welcome to the numbness, the ultimate shield. I am the machine walking on the field. I cannot feel the fire, I cannot feel the ice. I've already paid the impossible price. I've already paid the impossible price. It's dangerous territory, flying so blind, but I left my human fragility behind. Again, again, the body will move. Again, again, I am locked in the groove. Still here, dead to the sting. Still here, listen to me sing. Numb, numb, I'm an empty shell, walking straight through the center of hell.
Gravity is a tyrant, pulling me down. It wants to bury me under the town. The iron is loaded, the plates are stacked. My spine is bending, my posture is hacked. This is a weight that I shouldn't lift. This is exactly the opposite of a gift. They told me to stay in my proper lane, to never invite such ridiculous strain. But I look at the bar and I grit my teeth. I'm waking the animal underneath. I chalk up my hands in the chalky dust. I'm trading my sanity in for the trust that if I can move this immovable mountain, I'll drink from the ultimate victory fountain. Dead weight dragging me to the floor, but I am declaring a physical war. I push through the floorboards, I push through the crust. I'm turning the heavy iron into rust. You stick to the easy, you stick to the vision goes black on the edge of the lift. My reality's starting to fracture and shift. The pressure is building inside of my skull, but I am refusing to let it go dull. It brings me down like a master beast, but my stubborn defiance has only increased. They live for the mirror, they live for the show, but I am surviving the undertow. I'm pushing against the impossible odds. I'm tearing the thrones from the arrogant gods. Every blade on the bar is a hater's name. I'm pressing them upward and ending their game. The veins in my neck are ready to pop, but I am the engine that never will stop. Load the bar, add the steel. Show me exactly how crushing it feels. Again and again, I fight gravity. Again and again, fighting clarity. Dead weight dragging me to the floor, but I am declaring a physical war. I push through the floorboards, I push through the trust. I'm turning the heavy iron into rust. You stick to the easy, you stick to the light, but I'm carrying the world in the middle of the night. I'm still here, lifting the crushing burden, erasing the fear. Erasing the fear. It wants to break me, it wants me to bow, but I will not yield to the pressure right now. Again, I stand up straight. Again, I conquer the weight. Still here, holding the sky. Still here, refusing to die. Push it up, lock it out, silencing every terrible doubt.
You look at my face and you see the stone. You see the unshakable muscle and bone. You see the resilience, the stoic display. You think that I'm built in a magical way, but you never see what is under the shirt. The massive collection of invisible hurt. The tearing of fibers, the cracking of ribs. The truth hidden under the confident glibs. The nights where I lay on the floor and I cried. The moments the fire inside nearly died. I bandage the wreckage and cover the track. I carry the trauma strapped to my back. They get all the sympathy when they are sore, but I am bleeding out on the slaughterhouse floor. Unseen scars, they map out my soul. They are the ultimate price for the toll. I smile at the enemy, hide all the pain. I'm standing defiant out in the rain. You think I am lucky, you think I am blessed, but my armor is hiding a shattered chest. I'm still here, bleeding inside, but erasing the fear. My internal landscape is ruined and dark. Every failure hour has left a permanent mark. I patch it with tape and I patch it with hate. I refuse to surrender to any such fate. The natural talents, they break out of touch. They lean on their privilege like it's a crutch, but I have been broken a million times. I'm guilty of committing masochist crimes against my own body, against my own mind. To leave every single competitor behind. The damage is done and it cannot be healed, but it is the reason I rule on this field. The scars are the structure that holds me right up. I'm drinking the blood from a poison cup. Hide the wound, show the teeth, bury the tragedy underneath. Again and again, I cover the bleed. Again and again, I plant the seed. Unseen scars, they map out my soul. They are the ultimate price for the toll. I spy at the enemy, hide all the pain. I'm standing defiant out in the rain. Yeah. No one will pity me, no one will care, but I am the monster that lives in the lair. Again, the scar tissue grows. Again, the energy flows. Again. Still here, broken and torn. Still here, through the crown of thorn. Unseen, unheard, but incredibly real. I am entirely made out of steel.
The periphery fades, the colors bleed out. I'm erasing the world, I'm erasing erasing the doubt. The voices of friends are just muffled and gray. I'm pushing distractions completely away. I don't see the parties, I don't see the sun. I don't give a damn about having some fun. The walls are collapsing, the hallway is tight. I only have eyes for the end of the fight. They bask in the glory, they look at the crowd. They love when the cheering is wild and loud. But my vision is locked on a singular dot, the absolute top of the impossible spot. I don't look to the left, I don't look to the right. I'm a guided missile in the middle of night. Tunnel vision, I'm blind to the noise. I'm discarding the rest of these elegant toys. I'm staring a hole through the center of time. I'm totally focused on the terrible climb. You wander around and you look at the view, but I'm looking straight at the destruction of you. I'm still here, locked on the target, erasing the fear. Connections are starting to break, but this is the sacrifice I have to make. I'm living inside of a singular line. The singular purpose is totally mine. A horse with the blinders, I gallop and bleed. I'm planting the ultimate violent seed. They try to distract me, they wave in my face, but they are just shadows in an empty space. The singular focus is burning my brain. It's driving me absolutely insane, but sanity never won any gold crown. I'm wearing the madness to bring you all down. The focus is narrow, the razor is sharp. I'm ripping the strings of your beautiful harp. Block out the light, block out the sound. I'm driving my feet straight into the ground. Again and again, I narrow the sight. Again and again, preparing to strike. Tunnel vision, I'm blind to the noise. I'm discarding the rest of these elegant toys. I'm staring a hole through the center of time. I'm totally focused on the terrible climb. You wander around and you look at the view, but I'm looking straight at the destruction of you. I'm still here, locked on the target, erasing the fear.
coming for you. I'm tearing your beautiful castle in two.
The dead silence from the end of phase 2 is shattered by a massive, triumphant gang vocal roll line. I kick the door, I step into the light. The underground is over, say goodbye to the night. The elites are all standing with a smirk on their face. They think I'm just a joke, invading their space. But the gravity is different, I am light as a feather. I survived the absolute unholy weather. The dead weight is gone, I'm untethered and free. You have absolutely no idea what you see. I take my first step and the atmosphere breaks. The ground underneath you shivers and shakes. You blink for a second and I close the divide. There is nowhere left for your ego to hide. The atmosphere changes, the temperature drops. I am the runaway train that never stops. Feel the shift, the tectonic plates align. I'm taking back exactly everything that is mine. The payback is boiling, it burns on the skin. This is the moment the slaughter begins. You laughed in the sun like you thought I would fade. But look at the ultimate weapon I made. I'm still here, I'm still here. Shattering the daylight, erasing the fear. The arrogance crumbles in the blink of an eye. I see the sheer panic start to multiply. My movements are sharp, I'm faster than sound. I'm dancing like lightning all over the ground. The repetition paid off, the muscle is pure. I am the sickness and I am the cure. You try to react, but you're moving in mud. I'm freezing the royal elite in the blood. Every callus I grew is a grip on your throat. I'm sinking your beautiful luxurious boat. The tables are turning, the hierarchy dies. I see the reality dawn in your eyes. The shift is complete, the momentum is mine. I'm crossing the ultimate victory line. Watch it change, watch it break. I am the nightmare keeping you awake. Again and again, I suffered the dark. Again and again, now I'm leaving the mark. Feel the shift, the tectonic plates align. I'm taking back exactly everything that is mine. The payback is boiling, it burns on the skin. This is the moment the slaughter begins. You laughed in the sun like you thought I would fade. But look at the ultimate weapon I made. I'm still here, I'm still here. Shattering the daylight, erasing the fear. The monster is out. I am replacing your last with a shout. Again, again, the power explodes. Again, again, overriding the code. Still here, changing the game. Still here, erasing your name. The shift, the world turns around. I'm burying the king right into the ground.
The whistle of the air is a deafening sound. My feet are barely even touching the ground. The oxygen dead from the dark of the past has turned into rocket fuel burning so fast. They try to keep up but their lungs are on fire. I'm leaving them stuck in the mud and the mire. I'm cutting the breeze like a sharpened machete. I told you before that I'm already ready. You look at my back as I'm pulling away. I'm moving too fast for the light of the day. The wind tries to push me, it tries to resist, but I am a phantom, a blur in the mist. I'm tearing the fabric of space and the time. I'm making the fear. The lactic acid that used to be pain is suddenly washing away in the rain. The engine is flawless, the timing is tight. I'm turning the darkness straight into the light. Your elegant form is starting to crack. You realize now that you cannot turn back. A lap you way past you, I'll make you look slow. I'm putting on the most magnificent show. Every rusted old nail, every broken shoelace, built the unshakable speed of my pace. The heavy iron plates that I put on my spine make running through gravity perfectly fine. I'm the force of the nature of violent storm. I'm breaking the mold and I'm breaking the norm. Catch your breath, try to chase. I'm entirely erasing you out of the race. Again and again, I push the machine. Again and again, I am making a scene. Outrun the wind, I'm breaking the scale. I'm leaving the desperate ones in my trail. Speed is a symptom of grind in the bone. I'm taking the atmosphere completely alone. You boast of your talent, you boast of your grace, but you're choking on the dust I leave in my space. So hey, I'm still here, moving like lightning, erasing the fear. I'm passing the limit, I'm passing the sky. I don't need the wings, I'm starting to fly. Again, I outrun the gale. Again, I will never fail. Still here, faster than sound. Still here, above the ground. Run, leave them behind. I am the hurricane blowing them blind.
The screeching backslide from the previous track detonates. I see your confidence hanging by a thread. The shiny armor is starting to dent. Your golden privilege is fully spent. You thought the victory was handed out free. You never planned for a monster like me. You try to smile but your jaw is locked tight. You're realizing you're losing the fight. The camera's flashing won't save you today. The pedestal you stood on is crumbling away. You look at my eyes and you finally see the absolute depth of my insanity. The natural talent is hitting the wall. I am the gravity watching you fall. Massive sing-along, go! The Veneer Cracks, the illusion is dead. I'm living rent-free deep inside of your head. The gold and the silver are melting to dust. I'm burying your fake reputation in rust. You look at the underdog, wild and untamed. This is the moment your glory is shamed. I'm still here, smashing the idol, erasing the fear. Your breathing is heavy, your posture is weak. This is the reckoning nobody seeks. You're grasping at straws, looking back at the coach, but I am immune to your desperate reproach. The repetition in the dark of the night is blinding your eyes like a furious light. You realize the gap wasn't talent at all. It was the blood that I left on the wall. You never suffered, you never bled out. You never had to conquer the shadow of doubt. So now that the pressure is squeezing your lung, you're choking on every song that you sung. I strip off the polish, I strip off the paint. I'm showing the world you are far from the same. Watch it break, watch it feel. I'm showing exactly how terror can feel. Again and again the elite will descend. Again and again this is clearly the end. Massive sing-along. The Veneer Cracks, the illusion is dead. I'm living rent-free deep inside of your head. The gold and the silver are melting to dust. I'm burying your fake reputation in rust. You look at the underdog, wild and untamed. This is the moment your glory is shamed. I'm still here, smashing the idol, erasing the fear. Massive sing-along. Your kingdom is falling, the fortress is breached. The ultimate lesson is finally taught. preached. Preach it again. The crown hits the floor. Again I am winning the war. Still here, watching you break, still here, keeping awake. The veneer is gone, the reality bites. I am claiming the absolute top of the heights. I'm still here, 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 I'm still here.
Completely controlled, it's vibrating perfectly inside of my soul. The blood in my veins is a raging white river. I'm shooting the arrow straight out of the quiver. My chest is a drum and the tempo is locked. The limits are broken, the safety uncocked. 190, the magical line, the frequency of the divine design. The elite are all gasping, their tempo is slow. They simply don't have anywhere else to go. But I am a metronome built out of spite. I'm sinking my pulse to the speed of the light. The music and muscle are fusing to one. I'm burning much harder than any known sun. Heartbeat at 190, pumping the fire. I'm taking the frequency higher and higher. I'm perfectly sync with the speed of the drum. I am the weapon that you're running from. The panic in you is the fuel that I need. I'm running completely on adrenaline speed. I'm still here, I'm still here, matching the tempo, erasing the fear. From thumping the tempo, erasing the fear. From thumping the chest, it's a deafening beat. I'm completely ignoring the pain in my feet. The oxygen debt is a thing of the past. I'm built for the pressure, I'm built to just last. You look at your monitor, watch it decline, while I am redlining this engine of mine. There is no exhaustion, there is no fatigue. I am entirely out of your league. The rhythm is violent, the rhythm is fast. I'm paying you back for the ghosts of the past. I breathe on the downbeat, I strike on the snare. I'm launching myself through the electrified air. I'm surfing the wave of 190. I'm making the whole fucking universe tight. I feel the pulse, feel the pace. I'm putting the arrogance right in its place. Again and again, the heartbeat will pound. Again and again, I am owning the ground. Heartbeat at 190, pumping the fire. I'm taking the frequency higher and higher. I'm perfectly sync with the speed of the drum. I am the weapon that you're running from. The panic in you is the fuel that I need. I'm running completely on adrenaline speed. I'm still here, I'm still here, matching the tempo, erasing the fear. The heart of the music, the blood in the drum. I am the reckoning finally come. Again, again, 190 beats. Again, again, I'm ruling the streets. Still here, pumping the red. Still here, waking the dead. 190, 190, sinking the soul. I have absolutely, completely control. A sudden blast beating
You done uprising, the giant will fall. I'm writing my name in the blood on the wall. The kings and the queens are losing their heads. I'm tearing their absolute legacy to shreds. You thought I was buried, you thought I was gone, but I am the hurricane, bringing the dawn. I'm still here, I'm still here, taking the kingdom, erasing the fear. The benches are empty, the shadows are dead. I'm stepping right over the words that you said. Every rejection that fueled up my spite is burning your empire down in the night. You inside of a cage. I'm pulling the roots from the absolute ground. The roar of the rebel is the only sound. The uprising isn't a dream or a phase. It's the fire that sets the whole stadium ablaze. Tear down the flags, burn up the throne. I'm claiming the territory completely my own. Again and again, the giant will bleed. Again and again, I plant the new seed. The uprising, the giant will fall. I'm writing my name in the blood on the wall. The kings and the queens are losing their heads. I'm tearing their absolute legacy to shreds. You thought I was buried, you thought I was gone, but I am the hurricane, bringing the dawn. I'm still here, taking the kingdom, erasing the fear. The bottom is rising, the ceiling is broke. The elegant kings are a miserable joke. Again, again, the rebel is crowned. Again, again, we're burning it down. Still here, the uprising is now. Still here, I'm breaking the vow. Watch the crown fall, watch the king crash. I am the phoenix born out of the ash. See up what he said.
It burns in my eyes, but I am not needing to look at the skies. The vision is completely blurred by the heat, but my body remembers the rhythm and beat. 10,000 reps in the dead of the night, a guide in my hands in the middle of a fight. I don't need to see you to know where you are. I've studied your weakness and mapped every scar. The sweat is a river that pours down my face. It's drowning me elite, completely in space. You try to escape, but my instinct is locked. The muscle memory is fully uncocked. I'm striking blindly, but hitting the mark. I am a heat-seeking missile in the dark. Blinded by sweat, but my aim is so true. The ghost of the basement is hunting for you. I swing in the blur, I strike in the haze. I'm setting your absolute ego ablaze. You need perfect conditions, you need perfect sight, but I am a creature born out of the night. I'm still here, striking the target, erasing the fear. The drops on my lashes are catching the light. A prism of violence, a beautiful sight. I blink and it burns, but I never retreat. I am the ultimate force on the street. Falter in panic, your vision is clear, but your crystal clear eyes are just filled up with fear. I'm moving on autopilot, pure and raw, defying every predictable law. The heavy iron bar, the callous hands here. I'm moving my fist through the electrified air. I weave in, I counter, I don't need to look. I'm tearing the pages right out of your book. The sweat is my armor, the salt is my guide. There is nowhere left for your panic to hide. Wipe off the blood, let the sweat pour. I am surviving the physical war. Again and again, the instinct reacts. Again and again, I am stating the facts. Blinded by sweat, but my aim is so true. The ghost of the basement is hunting for you. I swing in the blur, I strike in the haze. I'm setting your absolute ego ablaze. You need perfect conditions, you need perfect sight, but I am a creature born out of the night. I'm still here, I'm still here. The eyes are just useless, the body just knows. I am exactly where the energy flows. Again, again, I strike through the salt. Again, again, this is entirely your fault. Still here, blind in the fight, still here, embracing the night. No eyes, no sight, just a violent attack. I am the beast and I'm never going back.
They built a ceiling entirely out of glass, a transparent that I was never meant to pass. They looked down upon me, safe up in the sky. They told me my limit and told me not to try, but I built a rocket from the scrap and from the dirt. I fueled up the engine with 1,000,000 miles of hurt. I'm launching my body right into the clear. I'm breaking the barrier of gravity and fear. You tap on the glass with your elegant rings. You mock the poor peasant who desperately sings, but you don't realize the velocity I hold. I'm a burning meteor wild and uncontrolled. The impact is coming, the surface will break. I am the ultimate disaster you make. Shattering the glass, raining down the sky. I'm breaking the limit, I'm aiming so high. The shards are falling down like a beautiful rain. I'm standing on the top of the mountain of pain. You thought you were safe behind the transparent wall, but I am the hammer that is coming for it all. I'm still here, I'm still here, breaking the ceiling, erasing the fear. The fracture is spreading, the spiderweb cracks. I'm launching the fiercest of all my attacks. The blood on my knuckles is a badge of my pride. There is nowhere left for the elite ones to hide. You gasp in the silence, you cover your head as the glittering pieces fall entirely dead. The sky is wide open, the atmosphere free. You are looking at the absolute evolution of me. I'm breathing the air that you hoarded for years. I'm drinking the wine that was made of my tears. The natural talent is completely outclassed. I'm leaving the golden boys deep in the past. The glasses and powder, the heaven is mine. I'm crossing the ultimate impossible line. Break through the top, look at the sun. The underdog's victory has finally begun. Again and again, I hit the extreme. Again and again, I am living the dream. Shattering the glass, raining down the sky. I'm breaking the limit, I'm aiming so high. The shards are falling down like a beautiful rain. I'm standing on the top of the mountain of pain. You thought you were safe behind the transparent wall, but I am the hammer that is coming for it all. I'm still here, I'm still here, breaking the ceiling, erasing the fear. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh. The limit was fake, the barrier lied. I am the ocean with a furious tide. Again, again, the pieces will fall. Again, again, I'm taking it all. The limit was fake, the barrier lied. I am the ocean with a furious tide. Again, again, the pieces will fall. Again, again, I'm taking it all. Here, above the clouds, still here, screaming out loud. Shatter the glass, let it all rain. I am the master of the glorious domain.
You kicked me when I was down in the street. You thought that my failure was perfectly complete. You laughed at the mud with the dirt on its face. You kept me confined to my miserable place. But a dog in the corner will sharpen its teeth. It wakes up the predator hiding beneath. I knot on the bone, I knot on the chain. I turn myself into a creature of pain. Now the leash is broken, the collar is snapped. You're the one in the corner, you're the one trapped. You throw out your hands to defend the attack, but there is absolutely no turning back. The elite are soft and they bleed just the same. I am the ending of your beautiful game. The underdog's bite, straight for the vein. I'm paying you back for the years in the rain. The jaws are locked tight, the grip is of steel. I'm making you exactly understand how I feel. You play with the beast, you thought it was fun, but look at the damage that is already done. I'm still here, sinking the teeth in, erasing the fear. The rusty old nails and the callous is hard. All the reasons I'm completely tearing your yard. Every 459, every breath in the debt is compressed in a strike that you'll never forget. I don't need a pedigree, I don't need a breed. I only need the absolute violent speed. The giant is toppling, grasping for air. I'm dragging the king from his elegant chair. Your flawless technique is crumbling to dust when faced with the creature of fury and trust. I trust in the repetition, I trust in the grind. I'm leaving your absolute crippling behind. The blood is boiling, the eyes are pitch black. The underdog's bite is the final attack. Hold on tight, I am the victor of the ultimate fight. Again and again underdog spine, straight for the vein. I'm paying you back for the years in the rain. The jaws are locked tight, the grip is of steel. I'm making you exactly understand how I feel. You play with the beast, you thought it was fun, but look at the damage that is already done. I'm still here, sinking the teeth in, erasing the fear. Fight is lethal, the victory is mine. I'm drinking the vengeance like a beautiful wine.
A rapid snare roll and a triumphant cymbal crash laid seamlessly into the climax of the album.
Look at the ruins, look at the dust. The golden palace is covered in rust. The final whistle is echoing loud. I'm standing alone in front of the crowd. The natural born are down on their knees. They're begging the underdog, mercy, oh please. But mercy was lost in the freezing cold night, when I was alone and embracing the fight. I toppled the statue, I burned down the flag. I emptied the rocks from my heavy old bag. The hierarchy broken, the lead are destroyed. I'm filling the absolute desolate void. Caliber 190 fire so true. It ripped right the center of everything you knew. The revolt is complete, the kingdom is mine. I crossed over the absolute impossible line. The ashes are settling down on the field. The elegant champions finally yield. You laughed at the bench and you laughed at the pain, but I am the hurricane washing the stain. I'm still here, standing on top, erasing the fear. Cameras are flashing, the reporters run. They wanna know exactly how it was done. They look for a secret, a magical pill. They cannot fathom the absolute will of waking at 4:59 in the black, with the weight of the universe crushing my back. I point to the calluses, point to the scars. I didn't rely on the luck of the stars. I grinded my teeth till the enamel cracked. I survived the days when the deck was all stacked. The revolt wasn't born in a moment of grace. It was born in the dirt and the miserable face. The crown is now heavy, but I am the king. Listen to the choir of the underdog sing. Raise up the flag, look at the throne. I conquered this universe, complete and alone. Again and again, the giant will fall. Again and again, I am taking it all. The revolt is complete, the kingdom is mine. I crossed over the absolute impossible line. The ashes are settling down on the field. The elegant champions finally yield. You laughed at the bench and you laughed at the pain, but I am the hurricane washing the stain. I'm still here, standing on top, erasing the fear, erasing the fear. The victory tastes exactly like the sweat. I made you remember, I made you regret. Again, the rebel stands tall. Again, the master of all. Still here, the revolt is done. Still here, the battle is won. Scream it out loud, the giant is dead. I am the monster that lives in your head. I am the monster that lives in your head.
They hand me the trophy trophy. It's shiny and bright, but it doesn't feel like the end of the night. The crowd is roaring, they're chanting my name, but I am feeling entirely the same. I look at the gold and it feels like a lie. It doesn't compare to the freezing cold sky. The comfortable podium, the velvet and silk, it makes me feel sick like it's sour milk. I drop the medal right onto the floor. I'm turning my back and I walk to the door. The cameras are confused, the elite are in shock, but my mind is already back on the clock. The victory is hollow, the ending is fake. I have a million more limits to break. Never satiated, the hunger remains. I'm walking right back to the rust and the chains. The glory is nothing, the cheering is cheap. I have a violent promise to keep. You stay at the party and drink from the cup, but I am exactly where the sun doesn't come up. I'm still here, back in the darkness, embracing the fear. Embracing the fear. The stadium lights are completely behind. I'm leaving the absolute glory to find. The rusty old mills and the oxygen debt, the miserable places that I can't forget. Cause that is the home where the weapon was built. Away from the cameras, the gold and the guilt. I tie up the broken shoelace on my feet. I'm hitting the concrete, I'm hitting the street. It's 4:59 and the alarm is asleep, but the repetition is calling so deep. I punch at the shadows, I swing at the air. I'm going right back to the beast in the lair. A champion is just a title you rent, but the grind is the place where my whole life is spent. Drop the crown, leave the stage. I am returning straight into the cage. Again and again I start from the scratch. Again and again I am lighting the match. Never satiated, the hunger remains. I'm walking right back to the rust and the chains. The glory is nothing, the cheering is cheap. I have a violent promise to keep. You stay at the party and drink from the cup, but I am exactly where the sun doesn't come up. I'm still here, back in the darkness, embracing the fear. Embracing the fear. There is no finish line, there is no end. The pain is my only and absolute friend. Again, I pick up the weight. Again, I am fueling the hate. Still here, with the rusty nails. Still here, where the weak one fails. Back to the static, back to the noise. I'm leaving behind all your elegant toys. Never satisfied, never complete. I am the ghost on the freezing cold street. Never satiated, never satiated, never satiated.